Hey Empire, we are entering week 12 of the NFL season. You're not new here, you're true here. We just dropping our predictions again. I'm pretty excited because my predictions have been over 500 for a little minute now. I want to say we're at the 93 and 73 mark or something like that. Let me check real quick. We're at the 93 and 73 mark. So we're at the 93, 73 mark. We went 10 and 4 last week. So this week we are in a slew of a lot of games. A lot of teams are on bye, so we don't have as many games this week, but it's still NFL action and we still gonna get into it. I am Unknown Emperor, your host for these few minutes that you have me and my predictions. Thank you so much for stopping by. Feel free to drop your predictions for week 12 in the comments down below. Feel free to let me know how you like or don't like my predictions. Let's get into it. Week 12 gets started with AFC North matchup. The 8-2 Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the 2-8 Cleveland Browns. We have the Cleveland Browns coming off of a debilitating loss. I don't even know if I used the right word. Debilitating, demoralizing. They lost to the Saints 35-14. While as the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're coming off of a 18-16 victory against the Baltimore Ravens. So they're riding the high right now. They are the number 3 seed in the AFC right now. So Mike Tomlin has them playing at an extremely high level. Russ is undefeated since getting into that starting lineup. That defense has been playing amazing. And on Cleveland's side, they just haven't been able to get consistent offense, and with the Saints scoring 35, they haven't been able to get consistent defense. So nothing in history, in recent memory, is telling me that the Cleveland Browns is going to win this game. Even with it being a divisional matchup, the Pittsburgh Steelers are just too good to lose. Now, anything can happen. It's football. But Mike Tomlin's going to have them ready on this short week for this team that they have more talent than. I believe. So I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they get to go into their week to get a couple extra days of rest and go to 9-2. Next, we have the 8-2 Minnesota Vikings taking on the 4-6 Chicago Bears. Now, Chicago Bears I feel like Chicago is going to get the victory. I feel like this is going to be the upset of the week. With Chicago getting that new offensive coordinator, you saw a little wrinkle of their offense that you wasn't getting the first half of the season. And on the Viking side, that offense that they had in the first half of the season isn't clicking like that anymore. Sam Darnold does not look to be as accurate, as comfortable in the pocket as he once was in the beginning of the season. I feel like Caleb Williams is only going to get a little bit more comfortable in that offense with the new offensive coordinator and get more comfortable with his receivers. He showed flashes in the beginning of the season. During this middle part, he did trail off, but with a new offensive coordinator, it's going to show a little bit different. I feel like being in Chicago, Jay Jettas is going to have a monster day, but it's not going to be enough to overcome it. It might be a low-scoring game, but I think Chicago goes out with the victory. Then next we have the 9-1 Detroit Lions taking on the 5-6 Indianapolis Colts. And only because that player said that don't be surprised if they beat the 9-1 Lions, I'm going to be surprised if they beat the 9-1 Lions because I'm going to go with Detroit right here. Right, Detroit has scored 50 in 2 games this year? 2 or 3 games? They're 9-1. They're playing the best football right now. They are by far the best team in the NFL right now. And they are playing like it. Like I said, on any given Sunday, anything can happen. Anthony Richardson played very well last week, but they did go against a disgusting Jets team. An awful Jets team. So what can we say about it? Now they're going to go up against the best team in the NFL. We're going to see how he holds up. But for prediction purposes, we are going to predict that the Detroit Lions is going to beat the Indianapolis Colts to go to 10-1, which which doesn't necessarily help me and my Philadelphia Eagles, but I don't see the Colts beating them. I don't see the Colts beating them. Next, we have the 3-8 New England Patriots taking on the 4-6 Miami Dolphins. And y'all know my forte by now. I'm not picking New England for the rest of the year. Fuck them. Not picking New England for the rest of the year. I'm not. So short, sweet, to the point. Miami Dolphins win. They have been playing well these last 3 weeks. It continued last week. It was a close victory that they had, but they did get out the dub. That offense is just going to get better and better as Tua just gets more comfortable, back in game shape, and they're going to make a nice little push for the playoffs. And on the New England side, it's really just fuck them. Win, lose, or draw for the rest of the year. If you got the Patriots, I'm voting against them. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Next, we have the 4-6 Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the 2-8 New York Giants, and New York has just benched their $160 million quarterback for Danny DeVito. Not even Drew Lock. Danny DeVito. And Buccaneers supposed to be getting Mike Evans back this week, and Baker Mayfield is going to get back on track a little because Mike Evans has been gone. He's been missing his number one target. They're still going to miss Chris Godwin, but Mike Evans is going to be enough if he make up for it. Even if he doesn't play, I feel like the Buccaneers is just going to play as the better team and take care of the New York Giants. Normally, whenever a new quarterback comes in, the team wants to play well, and I feel like that's going to happen. Malik Neighbors might go for 100 yards, but I don't feel as though they're going to do enough. I don't feel as though they're gonna do enough unless their defense really takes over the game and get like two touchdowns on defense. Then I don't see the Giants doing enough to win, especially like I said with Danny DeVito. Next, we have the 3-7 Dallas Cowboys taking on the 7-4 Washington Commanders, and I feel like the Cowboys are about to fall into that territory that I have the Tennessee Titans in, to where as long as you have Will Levis, or as long as you have Cooper Rush or a bad quarterback, I'm not finna pick you. Because there's nothing that your offense is showing me to tell me that you're gonna put up enough points to beat Jaden Daniels and the 7-4 Commanders. Nothing in your playbook, nothing in your guideline is showing me that you're gonna beat Jaden Daniels. Your offense hadn't done nothing since Dak's gone out. So I'm going with the Washington Commanders. They're gonna go to 8-5. Dallas falls to 3-8, and now we're scrambling. Now we're scrambling. Next, we have the Kansas City Chiefs at 9-1 taking on the 3-7 Carolina Panthers, and Carolina is in that territory to where I don't care. You done won 2 straight. I don't care. I do not care. You're not finna beat the 9-1. No. Now, if Bryce Young pull off 3 in a row, with his third one being against Patrick Mahomes, then the Panthers work their way up to that category to where I can put them on like, all right, I can think about you a little bit more strategic, like before making your prediction. Because right now, because of your quarterback, I'm not gonna put much thought into you. You're not gonna win. So this is gonna be that game that can break that mold. So I am gonna go with Kansas City, but Carolina, I am gonna be watching you. Bryce Young, I think, Chuba. Yeah, I am going to be watching y'all. Mr. Leggett, I be watching. I would love to support Carolina. So go ahead and get this dub against the greatest quarterback, and we going to have a conversation. Speaking of teams that I'm not gonna root for or pick for because of the offense that they have and the quarterback that's leading it, the 2-8 Tennessee Titans is taking on the 7-4 Houston Texans in the AFC West. No, I lied. AFC South. There you go. It's in an AFC South divisional contest. Houston, CJ Stroud is coming off of a big game. Joe Mixon. The Texans as a whole is coming off of a big game. Joe Mixon is coming off a 3-touchdown game in Monday Night Lights. And the Texans are back on track with a dub. And I feel like Tennessee, Houston Texans. Houston's just gonna keep this momentum going. They're gonna click. Nico Collins is just gonna get more and more shape. They took back his touchdown. I feel like he's gonna get one this week. They're going to do enough to hold off the Tennessee Titans, and the Tennessee is gonna fall to 2-9 and just go ahead and start the rebuild, if they're not already in the rebuild process right now. And then we have 6-5 Denver Broncos taking on the 2-8 Las Vegas Raiders. Bo Nix right now is my offensive rookie of the year. Not even joking. Bo Nix right now is my offensive rookie of the year. And I feel like he's going to solidify that with a big game under Sean Payton, taking the Denver Broncos to 7-5 and exceeding a whole lot of expectations that a lot of people had for the Denver Broncos. Those two corners that they have are astronomically good. They do their thing. That defense gets after teams. That offense does just enough to put enough points on the board. Bo Nix is just athletic enough to get out of harm's way and then even run some in. I feel like they're just going to be a little bit too much for the Las Vegas Raiders. I just hope Brock Bowers have him a good game, keep my fantasy team going, keep that train rolling, but I am going to go with the Denver Broncos. We have the 5-5, the surprise 5-5. The surprise 5-5 San Francisco 49ers taking on the 7-3 Green Bay Packers. And I'm gonna go with the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay got some get back that they need to get for last year's divisional round. They got some get back that they need to get. Was it divisional or conference? Yeah, no, it was the divisional because they played the Lions in the conference finals. In the divisional round, Jordan Love got to get his get back. I believe this is going to be the game. And then the 49ers fall under 500. There's going to be a lot of panic. I feel like once they start losing this game, Deebo Samuel is probably going to punch one of his teammates. I don't know. Something's just telling me if they start losing this game, Deebo or Trent Williams is going to punch somebody on the field. So be it. I feel like Jordan Love and that offense is going to click. Josh Jacobs have a big game. I like the defense of the 49ers. They aren't as consistent as I would like them to be, but no defense really is for the most part. But that offense is what kind of gives me cause to pause. Without Brandon Ayuk, they had Jawan Jennings is filling in pretty nicely. He has had a more productive season, I believe, than Ayuk. But it's just something about the skill set that Ayuk brings to the 49ers that just makes them a little. They can still be dangerous, especially with C-Mac coming back. But we're just gonna have to see. But I don't feel like they're gonna get the dub. I'm gonna go with the Green Bay Packers getting the dub. We have the 6-4 Arizona Cardinals, who is in first place of the NFC West, taking on the 5-5 Seattle Seahawks. I want to say this is for first place, or this can be for first place because I don't know if they've played each other before this year. Can't really think about it. These aren't my team. Them aren't my teams. I don't follow that. But I do believe with them being in Seattle, they are going to have the edge. Surprisingly, I am going to go with the Seattle Seahawks to pull off the dub against the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know. I just think the Cinderella story of the Arizona Cardinals is just going to come dwindling down. And then it starts here. Not that I wanted to, because if they win, I don't really have a problem with them either, you know. But nah, I feel like the Seattle Seahawks is going to do enough, going to rattle Kyler enough for him to throw a pick or two, go about their business. And then Call of Duty out. So, you know, Kyler a little distracted. He a little distracted. Or maybe when they come out, he play better. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Which leads us to our Sunday night game. The 8-2 Philadelphia Eagles taking on the 5-5 Los Angeles Rams. And Philadelphia now has the #1 defense in the NFL. This is what I have been shouting from my rooftop since about week 4. Since about week 4 or 5. Our defense is not bad. They were just put in bad situations. We have a very good defense that has the potential to be great if pieces fall where they're supposed to fall. And right now, they are falling where they're supposed to fall. That defense is the #1 defense in the NFL right now. And it's close, but it ain't no cigar. I promise. It's close, but it's like, it ain't close. But the Rams have been playing a whole lot better. Every time Matthew Stafford goes against the Philadelphia Eagles and Cooper Kupp goes against them, he knows how to dissect them. He knows, it's kind of like the NFC West and all that play style is something that just kind of beat up on Philadelphia. It's always somebody from one team from the NFC West that just abuses the Philadelphia Eagles. And it'll be Cooper Kupp for the Los Angeles Rams right now. I feel like Saquon is going to run all over that defense. That defense does not have enough to stop the high-powered offense that is Saquon motherfucking Barkley. Don't forget the motherfucking. You cannot. That man, Saquon Barkley, is a dog, is a offensive player of the year. Matter of fact, give him the MVP. Give Saquon the MVP. Don't give it to Josh Allen. Don't give it to Jared Goff. Not Lamar Jackson. Who else? Who can throw their name? Who else? Yeah, Saquon. Saquon Barkley deserves that MVP. But y'all already know I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles. I just don't feel as though that defense for the Rams is going to do enough to stop the offense that is the Philadelphia Eagles, and they go to 9-2, which would be, according to my prediction, still enough to be the #2 seed, because the Lions are going to take care of business early in the day, which leads us to our Harbaugh Bowl that is in the Monday night game. The 7-4 Baltimore Ravens taking on the 7-3 Los Angeles Chargers. And with this game, I'm going to go with Jim Harbaugh because, John. I want to say John. John is the Ravens coach. I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm not even going to try to be cute. And I think that's John Harbaugh. I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens because whenever they face each other, John is, at least the last 2 times, 2-0. It seems like he just has his brother number. And they are coming off of a tough loss. Lamar Jackson is going to be a little bit locked in. That defense and the offense of the Los Angeles Chargers is not on par with that of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I feel like that the Ravens are gonna have a little bit more opportunities. Maybe Deontay Johnson has a nice game to where he makes a sighting out there. But I do believe that Justin, you heard me last week. Ever since somebody compared Justin Herbert to Jalen Hurts, I have been salty. And this video went a little bit long because I did a little bit more talking this time. I have a little bit more knowledge, or a little bit more consistency in how we do it. But I am going to go with the Baltimore Ravens beating the Los Angeles Chargers. If Baltimore loses, then we're going to have a whole lot of questions. We're going to have a whole lot of questions because they started off the season pretty well. Everybody was like, give Lamar the MVP right now, and they have lost 2 of their last 3. So, put up or shut up. But there you have it. We have my predictions for this week and unknown predictions. Because I'm going to run them down one more time. We have Pittsburgh beating Cleveland, Minnesota beating Chicago. No, I have Chicago beating Minnesota. I have Detroit beating Indianapolis, Miami over New England, Tampa Bay over the Giants, Washington over Dallas, Chiefs over the Panthers, Houston over Tennessee, Broncos over the Raiders, Green Bay over San Fran. I have Seattle beating the Arizona Cardinals, Philadelphia beating the Los Angeles Rams, and I have the Baltimore Ravens beating the Los Angeles Chargers. Going into week 12, my top 5 teams are as follows. Number 5. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers. At number 4, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. At number 3, I have the Buffalo Bills. At number 2 is the Philadelphia Eagles. And at number 1, the number 1 team in the NFL going into week 12 is the Detroit Lions. My top 5 teams going into week 12 for this 2024 season, 2024-2025 season, with it being that. And if I were to give 3 highlight games, which I like to do nowadays, my 3 games to watch would be the 6-4 Cardinals and the 5-5 Seattle Seahawks, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Rams game. No, I'm gonna scrap that. I'm gonna do the Baltimore Ravens game and the Chargers. I feel like this is a must win for both teams. And it'd be those 3 games: Arizona, Seattle, Philadelphia, Los Angeles Rams, Baltimore Ravens, and the Los Angeles Chargers as my 3 highlight games of the week going into week 12. You let me know in the comments down below your predictions. You let me see. They let me know right now. I got it. I'm the next Woj. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know what games you're looking forward to going into week 12. And you let me know what your top 5 teams are. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You have a blessed one.